Man, let's talk about, was it a turning point yesterday, Sunday for the Lions? Was that one of the final turning points, or was the victory over the Packers a point where we're gonna go back and point to that moment to say, well, that was the moment the Lions, proved that they got together and they could turn the corner. Now, I believe Juan Buchanan, one of my subs in the comment section, he said that he believed that it's gonna come when they win the playoff game, and that's fair game. But let's talk about this today at work. They was like, it just, it feel different. It seemed different. And I think them pointing to ripping up the turf and putting new turf on Ford Field may speak to that, and they spending money. And, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of starting to feel that, they failed the first turning point this season we talked about, which was the game versus Minnesota, which kind of put their season in flux. And Dan Campbell, he righted that ship. Now, he had a lot to do with what went wrong going 1-6. But when you giving coaches a first chance, because remember, he was an interim coach, when you giving somebody that real first chance, and now for one thing, he really wanted to be here. But you giving somebody their first chance, and they not a hot name. Even if they are a hot name, you gotta bear with them like Cincinnati bared with Zach Taylor. You gotta be there for the ups and the downs. As long as they didn't go 0-16 in the first season, or 0-17 in the inaugural 17-game season, that was the only thing that really warranted for a firing. And then when they went 1-6, everybody screaming fire, 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 fire them, fire them. And I was saying, no. Go back and look. I said, well, what you gonna do? Who you gonna go out there and get that's gonna be a superior upgrade? You're not gonna get Sean Payton and etc. Okay, that's what I was saying, right? You might as well let him figure it out. Guess what? Gosh, gee whiz, he did figure it out. He figured it out. And one of the things that he figured out on his end that was a problem, which I don't want to get too much into it, because I'm gonna do a season review video and I'm gonna do a season review live stream. Bear with me, they both coming this week. And one of the things that he actually did figure out as a coach, guess what? My defense not good. They injured. They banged up. I can't keep putting them in a short field by going for it on fourth down. That's one of the things that upgrade the defense. Obviously, getting rid of Aubrey Pleasant. The number speaks for itself. They upgraded after getting rid of Aubrey Pleasant at the DB position. So, that spoke for itself. But that was the big thing he did. He stopped putting his team in bad predicaments on a short field. So, and then they just got healthier during the season, but yeah, it felt different. Then they passed. They had a couple other turning points that they passed through the season with flying colors. But it feel different. It feel feistier. It feel, it feels like they got it together. You got to understand, Brad Holmes is learning that as he goes as well too. I'm starting to believe. I say I'm 100% there yet. I've been a fan for over 30-something years, or 30 years. I came out the womb over that. I'm still skeptical. Part of me still skeptical until they actually do win a playoff game, then be contenders in and out, rule the NFC North. Kind of feel like with Kansas City. But one thing with Kansas City, the reason they got an opportunity to be good every day, every year, is because of number 15. That's why they feel like when they had was 18 in Indianapolis, it felt different. When they had 12 in New England, every year he gave you a chance. So, can Goff be that guy? I'm not sure. Cincinnati, you hear Joe Burrow say we feel like we Super Bowl contenders every year. But Goff played very, very well this year. Money was on the line this year too. But, that's the one thing about being that team year in and year out. It usually starts with the quarterback position. So that's another conversation to have. But it feels different. It feels like that might be that point where people point to and be like, yeah, that was the final turn when they came around for the final lap, or that stretch run to be looked at no longer as the same old Lions. you know, Jamal Williams stamping a speech at the end of the game. He was crying because you know, grandfather had passed away. And then he went to saying, you know, we don't watch TV, but I heard everybody picking the Packers. He said, yeah, y'all can pick the Packers all y'all want. I seen y'all. We the Detroit Lions. We dogs over here. That felt like a guaranteed moment. That felt like that guaranteed moment. That it felt different. It felt genuine. Even though they ain't had nothing to play for and they let it all hang out, it felt different. You got to think about it. They came into Lambeau with something to win. You know, Jared Goff feel different than Matthew Stafford. You know, like I said, Goff is able to stay hot for extended. When he hot, he hot. You know, Stafford was able to get hot for a short period of time in Detroit. When Jared Goff is in the rhythm, it ain't no breaking that rhythm. And it seemed like you confident with Jared. You seem like you confident with Jared Goff that, you know, it seemed like you feel confident with Jared Goff no matter what the game is. Like when the game in flux, you feel like you got a chance. He hitting that back foot and it's coming out on time. And like I said before, if you come through on crunch time, you can make the throws. You can make the throws. You know, but it feel like they've been in that corner in the lack. You know what I'm saying? It feel like they hitting that corner, and you know, only the offseason gonna prove that. They got $23 million in cap right now. Obviously, they can shave some money. High tie one of the contracts they can shave. Jamal Williams free. I think it's a given that he come back. It's some things they can add. They can have everybody looking at the quantity of picks this year. Talking about, we can fill out our team with the quantity of picks. I mean, you can take some of them picks for next year. You can take some of them picks, apply some of the Rams principles, and get it into veteran players. You can stash some, turn them into picks next year. I mean, you can take picks. You know, it's a lot that you can do with those picks. You're a young football team that's developing experience. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot they can do. You know, obviously it's always an option where you can mess up with all that, but Brad Holmes seemed to be playing chess. And he played the long game with a lot of these dudes that got injured, and hopefully they can get healthy and they can stay healthy. He playing the long game. And everybody want to play the short game. Everybody want to get rich quick, but the long game is where it's at. And if Anna Zorki come back healthy next year, you know, which is an if, when they find somebody in the middle of that defense that can do what they needed him to do, that's the only thing that defense really missing in the dog-ass linebacker, in a veteran corner, and a little bit of health. That's the only thing they really missing. I mean, you can speed up behind me all you want. I'm going to take my time. People be killing me with this shit. Speeding through parking lots like you got somewhere to go. That's crazy. You look here, if you're a new driver, you never speed to the parking lot. Most accidents happen in parking lots. So you always take your time. It's no rush. Unless somebody die, what you rushing for? That's my motto. Even though I did almost run over a security guard in high school, but that's a totally different conversation. He thought he was gonna jump and stop me, jump in front of my car and stop us from leaving. And we had the hose in the car. You crazy? You thought I was stopping? I came back, I got suspended for a day, but I didn't care. Shit. Come up to school, scoop the girls up, leave again. I remember one time I walked into school, bro. And I went there with my friend. He got to talking shit to the security guard. He said, y'all both can go home. I don't care. I ain't even say nothing. I'm going to class. He said, go. They call people by their last name. They going home. We send them home. I said, I ain't even say nothing, but hey, shit. Tell the girls to come out the side door. Hey, we out of here, bruh. Then it was always the dudes that kind of act like they wanted to be cool with you or hang with you because whatever reason it was, like, I don't even hang with smokers, bro. Like, what y'all coming with? Cause we got the girls. Y'all figure that out. Oh man, it was nah, player. Nah, player. We ain't Gucci, but yeah. But I was always somebody that I'm not fond of, like, a lot of people, bro. I just like to keep my circle real small. Like, I move on my own. I go to the bar, go to the club. I'm comfortable just rolling with me. You know, if I do roll, it's probably one or two of us. You know what I'm saying? I did the little group thing for a while. All that shit do is cause distractions and cause problems. But I think that game on Sunday felt like I think it was a turning point. I think it might be the turning point. I'm not sure. But, you know, I felt like it was a turning point in the season. And, you know, that's what I felt. I feel like it was a turning point. I think it might be the turning point, but we'll see. Next year, you never know. Minnesota's still a good team. Green Bay, who knows if AR-12 coming back or not. Jordan Love look like he kind of improved too. I like his arm, like his poise in the pocket. So, you know, we ain't in the position where we can count our chickens before they hatch. As Lions fans, we didn't have too much stuff happen to us. But like I said, coming to the season, one of the reasons why I wasn't so high on this team is because the general health of the team, it was injured. If they get these dudes healthy next year and they make the right additions, you know, expectations gonna be high. But I think that Carolina game was another turning point for them. It was a pivot. The pivot about the Carolina game that nobody talking about. They start smelling themselves. They got high on themselves. They was high as giraffe pussy, as the Gucci man would say. And they started to believe the hype, and Carolina mashed their ass. And that's what they needed. That's what they needed. Like the hype, nah. Nope. Like I tell people, you know, on my other channel, we're talking combat sports. In life, always got to understand, bro, when something really, really good happen, I don't want to get too high. When something really, really bad happen, it's the hard part. Even getting too high, that's hard. You don't want to get too low. Kind of like Barry Sanders. Like, you know, they said, Barry, why you don't never celebrate? Because I've been there before. You know, I don't really, when something really good happen, I don't want to get too high. When something bad happen, it's so hard not to get too low. I kind of want to stay right there. In here. You know what I'm saying? So, because I know something good happened, you know, something instantly can bad. Real talk, I remember when the PS4 came out, 2013, I want to say. Real quick story, I bought it, right? So I went to Target a couple weeks before it came out, about a month. Guy at Target worked there in was it Westland? Yeah, across from Westland Mall. I met him. I thought it was a scam on credit. He said, I got this PS card. They give you a PS card so you can get the card to buy the PlayStation, so you ain't got to be on, like, they had a line for people who had the card to reserve it. Then they had the card, they had the where you can wait and see what's left over. I had the card, split the lines up. I paid them $50 for the card, something like that. Maybe 50. I think it was like 50 or 100. It wasn't, you know, to get it. I'm like, cool. So before I had to go to work, I had to be there at 10 or whatever it was. So I had to go to work. I go up there. They open like at 8 to get a PlayStation out or whatever. I get up there. I thought it was a scam. I get it. So I get it. I bought 2 games, but I wanted to go buy another one because they ain't had a game that I wanted. So I buy it. So I get off work, and I'm excited. So I get off work, man. I go to this gas station I never go to around the corner. I work right at Jefferson North Assembly Plant. So I go there. I'm so excited. I pay for my gas. I forget to get my gas. So I drive out there. I said, damn, I ain't get my gas. So I'm about to, you know, hit the UE. This van coming. This lady coming like, man, like 40, 50 miles an hour. This ain't no Grand River Gratiot type street. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And she running to me, stopped for a minute, kept going, towed my shit up, bruh. And I went from being happy as hell to get home to play, because I couldn't play it when I got off. I dropped off the crib, went back. I was sad as hell. My car was all fucked up, dog, but I still could drive, man. And, you know, it went from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low. So, and it was payday, I believe it was too. So, yeah, man, just life lessons. You know, I always try to stay, you know, somewhere in that other area. But I appreciate y'all. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. You know, hit Linktree. Find me everywhere from Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget to check out my main channel right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV, if you into combat sports, basketball, football, MMA, boxing. We talk a little bit of everything, music, entertainment. Appreciate y'all, man. Other than that, peace.